A 47-year-old man has become the first member of the stolen generations to receive an apology and compensation from the Victorian government.
Neville's story is a long and sad one. He was a ward of the state from shortly after his first birthday until he turned 17. During that time he was placed at various orphanages and foster homes that weren't always happy times for Neville.
This case was for my mum, my family and the Victorian Koori community.
Reunited with his mother soon after turning 17, having met her once or twice in two very stilted arranged meetings. He subsequently formed a relationship with her but was unable to really re-engage with his family and his community for a long time. The damage that was suffered to Neville was conceded by the state and was set out in their letter of apology, and Neville still bears the scars of the way he was treated while a ward of the state.
The matter came to Allens through Pilch, the Public Interest Law Clearinghouse. So Neville had actually read about the Trevorrow case in South Australia, which was a similar case but more truly a stolen generation case. So Neville had read about that and he approached Pilch to see if he and his circumstances might lend themselves to a similar kind of case, and they sought an opinion from Jack Rush QC, who is a very eminent common law QC here in Melbourne, who had been very active in the stolen generation cases, the original ones up in the Northern Territory. So Jack reviewed the Trevorrow case and the facts of Neville's cases, they were then known, and wrote an opinion saying yes, it was worth pursuing. And then Pilch approached us and said, we have this opinion from Jack Rush, we'd like you to do it because we think it's a tricky case. And so we were really happy to take it on as the solicitors on the record.
It was a agreement that was reached in mediation, a settlement that involved payment of a confidential sum of money to Neville, and then also a written letter from the Department of Human Services to Neville, in which the department acknowledged the injury that Neville had suffered, the injury that his mother had suffered because of the state's treatment. It acknowledged the state's responsibility for having caused those injuries, and it also apologised for having caused the injuries.
A vital part of the outcome, therefore, was the negotiation of the wording of a letter that we received from the state. And Neville read that letter, which was non-confidential, in a press conference here on 24 June. And that letter for Neville, in which the state expresses its sincere regret for its actions and is a true and sincere apology from the state, is for Neville the key outcome of this case.
Now that our story has been told, I feel a wrong has been made right.
It's great to make a contribution, so you feel good about yourself in any pro bono matter that you do. This one, what I got from this one was just a much greater understanding of the Aboriginal community and the importance of their culture and background and features of their culture that are so important. The fact that recognition and apology, those sorts of things, are really fundamentally important in a way that perhaps I didn't fully understand.
The matter was extremely rewarding, both from a personal and professional perspective, as have my previous pro bono matters here, including the Roach prisoner voting case. This matter, I think, from a professional perspective, exposed me to fascinating and varied legal and factual issues. From a personal perspective, I suppose the relationship that I felt I developed with Neville was very important to me, and also the feeling after having developed that relationship that we as a firm have played an important part in reaching the outcome that was so important to Neville and also to his broader community.
The best part of the whole thing at the end of it, looking back, is being able to see that we've reached a conclusion or an outcome that's has made, I think, an immediate difference to his quality of life. He had a lot invested in the case. He thinks he's achieved something very special for himself, for his mother and for the Aboriginal community, and it's great to be involved with that.